up though? Hey, we live in front of SoFi. What's good? Oh man, that is way too close to my face. Get out of there. No filters. Let's see. Hello, hello. Mic check. 1 2 1 3. Mic check. 1 2 1 3. I'm a little shiny. I might need to. There we go. My forehead was a little bit too strong. Hold up. Hold up. I might have to. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Hey, what is up? Hey, everybody. How's it going? How are we doing? All right. So, mic check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. We're going to let some people come on in. Man, I wish I had my SoFi Jey Uso. I don't know where it is. I gotta find it. All right. We're gonna let people tune in. I'm gonna crank up the music a little bit. We're gonna get ready. Okay. So we got the ones. Hold up. What's up, Sammy? Hey, shout out to you, Queen, for actually getting that banger today. I seen you in the chats, so congratulations to you. I see that you became a channel supporter. I appreciate you being here and then supporting the channel. I do want you to know, and everybody here, the channel supporter is exactly what that is. Like, there's really no perks with it, right? You might sneak in some early access to content or whatever. You can get into the Discord, but you won't have any visibility to like much of anything. So if you are looking for that stuff, then you will need to upgrade to Minnow at minimum, okay? Just so you know. And then any upgrades that you do must be done through a browser or your phone browser under desktop view, okay? But I appreciate you being here. What up, Henry? What's up, big dog? What's up, Road Life? Will to the feet. All right, we got Shelly in the building. Hey, we got a lot more goats on fire. We got a lot of people hitting that 6 months with your boy. So I appreciate you being here, being day ones. Coach, they let you have the stadium. Hey, I own this. It's been this is my employee benefits right here. I put in about 5, 6 years of work in SoFi, so they just say, you know what? It's all yours. Here's the keys, Rell. All right. Hey, yeah, everybody, shout out to Sammy being the newest channel supporter in the group. Oracle Google getting it in early. LOL. Appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you, man. You always showing up, showing love. All right. It's crazy doing this. Like, it's crazy doing the YouTube thing because eventually, like, you start seeing familiar faces or, like, you know, names or whatever. And it's just crazy. You know, I interact more with y'all than I do with a lot of other people. You know, I work and then it's time with my family and it's this and trading. So I have a cycle. A rotation of just staying busy. So, all right. So if y'all are wondering, your boy right now, we're just chilling for a little bit. We're letting people come on in, right? And then we're gonna dive into this. This is not gonna be a long live stream. It's not designed for that. This is literally a recap of what we covered on Monday. The video I dropped on the SoFi play, and then I was trying my best to keep y'all in the loop. If you weren't in the Discord. If you're not in my Discord, KGU, and you're only on like YouTube, I try my best to drop like short videos to let y'all know what time it was. Pretty much reiterating what I've already said, right? Those got a lot of views. I hope a lot of people clicked into the video to actually gain the context behind it, because I'm only allowed 60 seconds. So yeah, if you were able to grab SoFi puts or Spy puts, put a 1 in the chat or a fire emoji. Let me know. I want to know who ate off the play. What's up, Monique? Welcome, Queen. Welcome. All right. Hold up. I need it. What's up? What's that, Deuce? What's up? What's up, Deuce? Hey, shout out to a couple people that actually went on the website and actually bought some merch. So, you know, a lot of those people reached out to me, not just to tell me that they bought something, but like to talk about what it means to them, right? What sacrifice for riches means to them, which is great, which is exactly what it's about, right? We sacrifice so much to get to where we are today, and it's good to reflect and kind of look back on where you came from to how far you've come. But the work's not done, right? The work's not done. Now we are looking for those motivations, right? What's motivating us to kind of continue forward and not get comfortable in this cycle of the 9 to 5. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to set up our families, and we're trying to live free, right? We don't want to be slaves to our job. We don't want to be slaves to the government. We want to have enough wealth to do what we want, when we want, with who we want, however we want, right? If I want to drop everything and go on a vacation with my family over the weekend, I should be able to do that, right? Like just whatever. We need mental break. We need to get away. We should be able to drop and go, and there should be no problems, right? So that's kind of the level that we're trying to get to. My mom, she needs to get away, right? I should be able to say, hey, Mom, here's a trip to DR or wherever. Here you go. Don't worry about the light bill, right? Like don't worry about the rent, right? I want to be in a position to be able to do that and help my family, and then just us live just free. And that's what it's all about, right? So one step at a time, one mistake, right? But a lesson from that mistake, right? We're gonna make them, and we got to learn from them. So as you guys tune in, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button if you could. It only takes a second for you to do that. So I'm gonna start pretty soon going over what we covered on Sunday and Monday. Sunday for the orcas, anglers, and megalodons, we do the weekly live strategy. So every week on Sunday we get together, we take a look at the market, and then we try to figure out what the next levels are in the direction. And I provide all of the levels that I found for me to them, and then they don't need to wait for alerts or anything like that. However, I still do give alerts, and I just share when my alerts pop off. I share it with them, and it's pretty simple. It doesn't take any time out of my day really to screenshot an alert and send it to them, right? So it's not affecting my work, my day job, or anything like that. It's pretty good. That's why we spend the time at night, or on the weekends in preparation for the week, so we don't need to really waste time or feel like we're missing out, right? So remember, we put in the work so the market could call us, right? So the market could say, hey, Rell, hey, tell everybody that SoFi is coming on down. Spies coming on down, right? So I'm in KGU yearly subscription, not understanding why I can't join in on the live. I'm confused. What do you mean join in on the live? If you are referring to what I just said, Henry, as it relates to like the weekly strategy, that's not a KGU thing. That's a sacrifice for riches thing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Deuce. All right, so no, you're all good, dude. No, I share as much as I can with KGU. That's home, right? But at the same time, like I have another community that has expectations of me, so I have a schedule that I kind of stick to with them for the most part. And then for KGU, just so you know, with KGU, what I do for the community there, I live trade 4 times a month, and I conduct 2 live training sessions a month, right? That's kind of what I'm doing. And of course, you already know my channel over there is Swing Trades with Rell. And of course, I'm dropping gems when I can, as much as I can. But you have to understand that I can't tag everybody all the time in KGU. So I'll tag you once and I'll tag you twice. And the rest, I hope you got your alerts on for when I drop anything in my channel, because I'm not going to tag and add everyone after that, because we're restricted a little bit. And for good reason. There's a lot of information in KGU, and nobody wants anybody blowing up the airways. And I blow up Sacrifice for Riches. Some days I blow them up. If I got some time, I'm putting the nukes on. All right, so let's get rid of this. Shout out to SoFi. Shout out to SoFi. All right. So let's get to it. Hopefully we have just as much likes as we have. Let me turn down my light. Man, I don't like it. I don't like being this bright. Hopefully we have just as much likes as we have viewers. If you can, again, like I said, please do so. This video right now, just so you know, is technically for dolphin tiers and above. That was my commitment to them if and when I started back doing the options trade plays on a weekly basis. So I dropped the options trade plays publicly, right? On Monday. It'll be Sunday night or Monday morning before close. That's the plan, right? And then on Tuesday, today, I'm supposed to go live, members only, for dolphins and above, to break down the technicals as far as what we did, how we got there, and maybe get into a little bit as far as where we're going. But it's supposed to be short, sweet, to the point, and that is it. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow I have a Megalodon live training session, Megalodon exclusive. So if you guys are looking to upgrade, please do so. Otherwise, it is what it is, right? Megalodons, I'll see you there. It'll be probably between 5 and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Thursday is rapid fire chart analysis. We already know what time it is there. And then that is it. Your boy will try to start putting out content for Fridays as it relates to the mindset of the game. And when I do that, it's important for me because it's pretty much me reflecting on my experiences, and then it's also a reminder. So you can consider that like a little journal of my own as far as what I've gone through, and maybe it can help you go through whatever you're going through too. What's up, Darius? Welcome, welcome. Yes, I do. Okay, so you know what? Before I get to that, I'm gonna put a link to the Discord in here. But also, hold up. Let me copy this. I'm gonna put 2 links in, okay? Link 1 is the Sacrifice for Riches Discord. Right? Well, it's a YouTube membership, okay? I'm gonna pin this to the top, right? Now, let me find this real quick. I will always, and I mean absolutely always, hold on, let me see. I will always promote Keenan Grace's Discord. And the reason for that is because KGU just has the value that a lot of other Discords probably don't have. But I'm there, I'm a crown trader, and I know what time it is. And I'll speak to both of them quick, and then we're gonna get into it. Let's go here. There it is. Oh, wow. I think he got 30% off on the annual reoccurring. All right, so this is KGU. Hey, what up, Alex? Welcome to the Anglers, big dog. All right, so when y'all upgrade or when you join, there are playlists that is specific for you. So please, even though it's past information, it's relevant information. And going through those videos allows you to catch up. So when I start doing training sessions for anglers, and Megalodons or whatever, then you'll start seeing, like, you'll be able to like just know what I'm talking about. Now, of course, I reference old material, and I might have to reset with the increased amount of members that we have, but just understand that there's content out there. You don't need to wait for the live streams. If I'm not on or whatever, there's an archive for you. Okay. So quick thing. So I put the link into KGU. So if you're not, if you're not a member of KGU or Keenan Grace's Discord, then essentially you have crown traders over there that live trade and do live trainings. Keenan does live trading every Tuesday and Thursday, right? And he's been doing so religiously, rain or shine, like for as long as I've known him, right? And then there's all these resources. It's like classes that you can take. You have just an abundance of resources. There's our guy Jumpman. He's big into crypto, so we have experts over there in multiple fields or whatever. Sacrifice for Riches, my community is a smaller community, right? We are focused on more mindset, and then also we're focused on a different type of approach towards the market, right? My strategy is a little different, right? And of course, y'all can Google and do whatever you want, but I have a different approach than some other people. I don't use a ton of indicators. I'm more on price action, and then some other things that I'm not going to get into. You'll see on the chart when we get over there. So we're a tight group. Everybody's learning and growing together. It's amazing to see people win. And if you're interested, then that link is pinned to the top. I do live trade. I do live trainings. I'm always communicating over there. You can pretty much reach me. And there's perks that exceed what you see on your on the perk list for the sign up. So if you did join recently, then go over to the page, then the members tab, and then you'll find the Discord link, and then you'll be able to gain access there. Okay. But without further ado, this is Stocks for Rell, Sacrifice for Riches, and today we're going to get into the options trade play recap of SoFi that we dropped yesterday. We said that SoFi was likely to come on down, right, once it hit a certain level, to which I'm going to go over. And then once it came down to said level, then we were going to likely see an aggressive move to the upside. Now, your boy slept on the upside. It just moved real quick in the market this morning, right? I was supposed to grab that bounce from the demand zone and ride the wave up. It is what it is. It didn't happen, but I was able to capture or hop into a call based on the contracts that I provided yesterday. Once we took the take profit target towards the upside. All right, so we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the SPY because that was a 240% move, an 80% move. I mean, pretty much SPY was coming on down on the levels that I've been giving out all week and last week. So let's get into it. Please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. I would never blow up your YouTube. I do not post 5+ videos a day unless like I really need to like send a short out and tell you that a play is about to play out. So let me take a drink. Any questions? Put a one in, well, let me know in the chat if you have any questions. You got to get your girl SoFi or Sophie to help with the subscription for. Yeah. You got to get on that rail train, big dog. I know what you mean. I mean, personally, I know you're an annual member of KGU. I would never, ever, ever leave KGU. So if y'all can do both, then great. You get a close-knit community over here. It's laid back, chill, but we're about our business and about growth and support. And then you got like a university. So you can consider me like a community college, and then KGU like a big time university like Yale or something. So whatever floats your boat. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's talk about SoFi first. Yeah, hold up. Shelly, right. 19 out of 29, your boy will pause real fast. All right, so look, I gotta say this. If you are here and you have not hit the like button, Trust me when I say it's like probably the easiest thing you can do. Now, I want to be completely transparent. I am not a millionaire. I am nowhere close to being a millionaire right now. But I've seen what it takes to get there. I've seen a roadmap to there. I have a business plan, and I have 5 years of mistakes and knowledge that I'm going to pour into you. And if somebody told me that if I'll give you $1 million worth of game, all you have to do is press a button, best believe I'm going to press a button. So if you can do that for your boy, I really would appreciate hitting that like button. Thank you so much. All right. I'm reading one more comment, then I'm going to dive into the charts. Okay. Somewhere I saw the Keenan streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I can't find it now because I hate Discord. Does anyone know what time that happens? Yes, Denver. KGU goes live between 8 and 8:15 Central Standard Time. So I think that's like what, 7 something on the East Coast. I don't remember, but he's on the East Coast. So 8 to 8:15 he goes live on Tuesdays, and an alert is sent out as well. So if you go to, this is not supposed to be about that, but I want to help a Discord member. Okay, so y'all bear with me. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to help this gentleman out real quick because it's important that we all are gain that exposure so we can grow. And I don't want to just ignore him. Okay. So on KGU, right? We're in Keenan Grace's Discord. He has a section. It's near the top. It says Keenan's Kingdom, and then there's a live trading tab. Okay, this is where he goes live every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mod KGU sends out an alert, right? He makes sure that people know, where to go. Okay, so, and then this is open like around 7:45, 8 a.m., something like that. So you can just pour in and sit there and wait for him to go live. It's all good, right? But if you ever have any issues, then just tag this guy right here, Mod KGU, or just look for an admin, and then they can help you out, or reach out to me. My DMs are open too. All good, all up. All right, now back to our regular scheduled program. No, don't worry about it. I don't care. If people are gonna get mad at me for like trying to help somebody, then they can leave. I don't care. I care about everybody here, but at the same time, like we're all in this together. And the whole reason for me even being here is to help where I can. And that was a simple request, or a simple fix. So I'm gonna take a minute out of my time and then help you out. So I'll see you on Thursday, big dog, because hopefully I'm available and I can tune in too. I tap in every now and then. All right. So anyway, back to it. So SoFi, we first of all, on Monday morning before open, you guys got a notification, right, of what was going on. Now, mind you, I did all of the work for this play on Sunday night. My editor had to take it and do his thing, but we made sure that it was dropped before opening bell. Opening bell right here at about 8:30, right here, right? SoFi had already went into this supply zone, right? So we rocketed here. This all happened before I was actually doing my work, right? The boxes and stuff that you've seen was made before this even hit, right? But the moment I see SoFi breakout, have top wicks, and then red like selling pressure back into a supply zone, that told me, nah, the sellers ain't letting the buyers get away with this right now. So I said we would be looking for puts, right, if we're rejected at the supply zone. And as you know, at open, SoFi fell like a rock, right, on Monday. So Monday was a banger. If you got in on Monday, put a 1 in the chat. Shout out to you. That was a day trade for me. Okay. Now, if you watched the video, we were talking about SoFi earnings, and I told you what would likely happen prior to earnings. And that was the fact that SoFi is likely to come down before it takes off, before earnings. it's probably gonna trade within this range leading into earnings. Okay, so just know, but we know where to trade it. So anyway, so that was Monday. Then Tuesday comes, right? So Monday we get in on like 2 or 3 contracts, and once it falls below our take profit target 1, I decided to hit a stop loss, kind of like right here, right? I think that's right. Yeah, hit a stop loss right here. It triggered my stop loss on 2 of my 3 contracts, but I left a runner. The next morning, Tuesday, today, right, came falling like a rock right into our demand zone. Now this happened really quick. So I was actually looking at the SPY at the time, but we opened up, hit our demand, and we start to wick up, right? Now I set a stop loss here, right? But it did trip it. It was like so close. It was so close. And then it ended up coming back down where I would have gained my 180 to 200% profits that I would have had. But instead, I got out at about 135% profit. Oh darn, right? Oh darn. It is what it is, right? So then, but this was my opportunity. This comeback right here, this is my opportunity to hop into the SoFi calls. And this is what I was telling you guys that I was looking for, but I snoozed on the trigger, okay? You see the line. I said that we could come on down to SoFi, and if we were to break through the demand zone, we would likely see a like a wick back into it, which would be a slingshot, was my exact terms, towards the upside. I also said the other probability is that we just touch it and take off, and this is kind of what happened, right? We fell into demand. The buyers live here. This is an aggressive zone, and we took off, right? I should have played it, but anyway, I was patient. I waited for SoFi to come up here and retake our take profit 2, right, towards the upside now, and then I hopped into that contract that we talked about. Okay, I hopped into the contract, the exact contract you see on your screen, the 815 $20 put, or $815 $24 call. I might have gone with a $22 call, and I think you gotta realize when we showed this contract, SoFi was all the way up here, right? So I probably got it for pretty cheap. I don't remember what I bought it for. I think they ramped up the implied volatility. So I think it actually was about what you see on the screen. But I want to let you know what I got it for. I only grabbed one because I want a dollar cost average into it. Why? Because SoFi still has a chance to still like come down, right? And I don't want to be all in when that should have happened near the bottom, right? Near that line, the max take profit 1. So yeah, I actually end up buying. Okay, so I grabbed a $22 call option, which of course, when it's closer to the money, it's actually more, what do you call it? I'm getting alerts that SPY is crossing my levels. I'll show you what that looks like. But of course, it's more expensive the closer you are to the money. So it is what it is. I'm in a safer play ultimately. So SPY just hit our level again. I'm just showing you this because these are the alerts that I set up for the Discord. I'll screenshot something like this and then I'll send it to them, right? This right here isn't the expiration necessarily. This is just the week to which I'm playing, or the week that this was posted, and SPY is taking off. SPY is taking off right now. So anyway, we're gonna finish up with SoFi, and then we're going to get into the SPY right after. Okay. Before I dig any further with SoFi, is there any questions? Man, I need some water. Hold on. All right, Tuesday and Thursday, 9:15. Yes. All right, I'm catching up with comments right now. Yeah, FOMC meeting. I didn't know about it until I don't know, after I was already winning. So I just played the charts. I tuned into KG's live, and I seen the writing on the wall, right? As far as calls and puts, but it's, you know, we gotta let people cook. But I did announce it, the levels, and you just got to play them accordingly. But confirmation was really hard. But you have to understand that if you're close to a zone or an area, right, and you don't have clear confirmation, and you don't want to, like, you know, miss the boat or whatever, you can hop into whatever you think you're going in the direction. Like, it's failing to break above this level, right? For example, it's failing to break above. Well, your risk to reward is pretty high because you know your stop loss is confirmation above this level. We're in the zone, or bullish momentum into the zone. So what are you thinking? Like, that's a 1 to 6, a 1 to 6 or 6, you know, risk reward. I mean, not bad. But if you had waited all the way down here for confirmation, right? Well, then, you know, your risk is a little higher because technically your risk is back up here. It's not like right above a wick or something. Your risk is your crossing points, right? Your horizontal lines of support resistance, your supply demand zones, whatever. Okay. But anyway, SoFi. Now, we have earnings coming up on the 29th right here. Okay. That being said, that's why we're dollar cost averaging into the position. What I hope to see, I am okay, even though I'm in calls right now, I am not afraid, and I would love to see SoFi come on down and live in the demand zone. If we fall below the take profit target on SoFi, I will cut my position and I will wait for SoFi to finish falling, and then I would load the boat up in here somewhere for as long as I see the proper price action that would warrant a move like that. Hopefully that makes sense. But if we continue, it is what it is. I'm happy because I'm in a play based on my technicals, right? We're above a 21-day EMA and we ricocheted off of demand. So now these two should be playing catch. Supply should be throwing it to demand. Demand should be throwing it to supply, and it should do that until we see earnings, and then it'll break up and out or down and out. So either which way. Any questions on SoFi? The levels are the levels. If you guys want, please take a screenshot so you can have it for yourself. Discord members, Sacrifice for Riches, Anglers, Megalodons. If you guys want the link for this so you can maneuver the charts to set your alerts however you so choose, then by all means, I got you. Just hit me up in the channels, proper channels. Let SPY run up in calls. Why don't I run up? I don't know. They coffee trash. No, I'm just kidding. No, the food is trash. I don't know why they ran up, man. I'm not paying attention to Dunkin' Donuts. I do business with them though. So, but anyway, let's see here. Let me get rid of this, and we're gonna go and talk about the SPY. Let me first see if anybody has any questions as it related to SoFi. One in the chat. What's up, Bobby? What's up, Amanda? Y'all make sure y'all hit. Thank you so much, Amanda, for telling people what to do. Tell them what time it is, Amanda. Tell them they're supposed to hit the like button. That's like ringing the doorbell. That's like taking your shoes off before you walk in my house. There's a step that you take before you get into this live stream. Hit the like button. Man, we only got 19 people? Nah. Nope. Don't worry. I'll wait. I'm chilling. Somebody let me know when we get up to about 30. And I don't care if y'all think I'm petty. I don't ask for like anything. And this takes time. Like, you see me live, but there's a lot of preparation and hours that went into this prior to me going on here. And if you can't take the time to hit the like button to, you know, just show respect, then I'll chill. And that's okay. My video can be done right now. I don't care. So I really would appreciate it if you hit the like button. And once we get closer to the view like ratio, then I'll continue with the video. I need to quench my thirst anyway, so it's just consider it like a pause. I see SoFi at the levels that I see it. Okay, so it's above. It hit my max take profit. It bounced, and then it retook a take profit target for me. So for as long as SoFi is above that level, I see a continuation to the upside. Okay. Refresh your page, Shelly. Okay. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. And sorry if that like felt weird or whatever. Like I just don't ask for much. So like I'm not a YouTube. I'm like a minnow in this pool of YouTubers, right? And I'm not blasting the airwaves with 5-10 videos like, you know, within a day or a day and a half or whatever. I'm a busy dude, so like this is not my full-time job. So I try to get as much like engagement as I can because we want the channel to grow, but I'm gonna grow it at the pace I want to grow it at, and I need your help, right? So I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to turn into that guy that's just pumping content and then talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Like I can easily go on here and hop on and talk about what's the hot stock that everybody else is talking about. That's just not who I am. Now, if it's a stock I'm interested in, right, then yeah, I'll do it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way just to chase algos and just blow up your alerts. So if y'all can respect that, then please show love when you show up. Otherwise, like I don't know, I want the channel to grow. So all right, for people to come in here and not hit the doorbell, it's like you just gonna walk in my house and not ring the doorbell? You're not gonna knock on the door? You just gonna come on in like you own it? I'm joking. All right, so back to it. All right, thank y'all for hearing me out and showing love and respect. All right, so now where were we? We were talking about SoFi. So one thing on SoFi, real quick. So when you see, you know what? I'm not gonna tell you anything. I'm gonna give you some insight where I think we're going. So I'm gonna do this weird thing here. So y'all, essentially, I want you to think about SoFi this way. If we can, technically, we want to be over 21.24, but if we can confirm above 21.09, if we can confirm above this, then we are bullish. If we fail to break this level, then we are either in a pressure cooker, right? Trading in this area right here, or we're just gonna come on down, okay? Now, I do need to put another level on here for just to give measure, because I need to check something. Yeah. Okay. Just bear with me. I'm trying to make sure I don't confuse myself in my in my analysis here, okay? Alright, I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna overcomplicate SoFi right now. This chart is streamlined enough, okay? So there you go. So moving on. You see they could be changing the amount from 25,000 to 2,000 for pattern day trading. Like Yep. They're trying to lock us down. Well, I mean, if they do that, they're only like eating, like stealing from their own pockets. All right, so this was my level right here for SoFi. I'm sorry, for SPY. So with the SPY, first of all, we identified this double top. Okay, so this was Monday, right? Monday, and I had a take profit target here, 631.08, with a max take profit target of 631.70. We didn't quite hit it, but we did, as we crossed this level, we did show weakness, right? Which showed us or told us that this was probably not going to sustain towards the upside here, right? So then we see our double top. This is a a traditional, a textbook double top, right? Which is bearish. Everybody knows that. If you don't know, now you know, right? I feel like this is deja vu too. But anyway, we had our neckline, right? And this is pretty much where I got in. Once I start to see this, and of course on a smaller time frame, like you can see, like this right here. This is exactly where I got in, off of this bar right here. So with the stop loss was right above this wick, right? That was me. And then once we crossed this max take profit target of 1, right? I knew at least I was coming down to my take profit 2 or take profit 1, okay? Which was a beautiful move, right? And then we look for re-entry, right? So this is just kind of the wave we rode all the way down to our 4-hour supply zone, which we caught all of this as well, right? We were just killing it. So I want you to see something. This doesn't supposed to be like a training session or anything like that, but you see these lines, right? And these lines are, I don't trade off of these lines, y'all, just so you know, but sometimes I'll put them on my chart just for reference. But you see, this is the 21-day EMA, and then the red is the 200-day EMA, right? I want you to understand that the further you get away from this line, the more the gap, the more likely we are to come back to like test it, like a gravitational pull back to this line, right? So look again, we cross the 21-day EMA, right? And then our gap needs to fill. So we come on back, right? Until we close this gap, right? And it's kind of like the cycle. We have a gap, you see it, and then we got to come back to fill the gap, right? And then either we're going to continue towards the downside or cross up, right? So essentially, once we hit our 4-hour supply zone, I was telling everybody, one, this was a call. I called this call this morning, right? Once we hit my level and we found confirmation above 626.62, okay? That was my trigger to enter calls, right? Then we crossed my halfway point on the 4-hour zone, which told me that we were more bullish than bearish. And then we lived above this key zone right here for the most part with some wicking, right, at 627.50. So in the Discord, I identified our Pennant, right? And I said in both Discords, KGU and Sacrifice for Riches, that we are likely, I said that a breakout is imminent. That's kind of like my verbiage. When you see stuff like this, you get that false move, breakdown, and then take off. Like it does this. It's trying to trip you up. So what we were looking for was confirmation above 627.89. And I kind of got cooked a little bit on this because of these wicks. And shame on me for not being patient, knowing that we were choppy, right? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway, so we finally kind of see some strength here. We have an increase in buying volume and a more of a solid bar as we cross our confirmation level. So notice that at 627.89, I'm sending this alert out to everybody, right? Letting them know that if we can confirm above 627.89, then we have our take profit targets, right? For both the up and down side. So that gets sent to our Discord if I have the alerts in place. So which requires time, y'all. It really does. So then it took off, right? And we ran all the way up to this key level right here that's been triggered so many times, right? So if y'all made money on the SPY off the callouts, then put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Again, 21-day EMA, we got away from it. We came back to fill that. 21-day EMA, we got away from it. Came back, pulled it back, right? So you see these gaps, right? I'm trying to like give you some knowledge, right? While I'm doing this. And now SPY took off yet again. And guess what's gonna happen? So we got our 21-day EMA, right? And then SPY is gonna come on down. right? To retest at least this take profit 1, and then it might rip back up, right? Kind of like that. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So it ran right up to a key level. Look at this. This is a key level for me. Max take profit 1 is 630.41. Our next target 631.08. Max target 631.70. So we essentially came back up to be rejected at this neckline of this double top, and now we're retracing. Unfortunately, we can't trade this because it's overnight. I wish we could, but it is what it is. So, I mean, where are we going? Essentially, we are bullish on the SPY for as long as we're above 629.15. Okay? And technically for as long as we're above 627.89. But this is like a previous supply zone that's now potentially a demand, right? And if you go back, there's a lot of activity in here, which just tells you that this is a passive zone, which means that we'll fall into this, and we're likely to live in here, and we need to be very patient with how we play it. Okay, so I'll give y'all a gem and see, and I'll show you where we are up here, and essentially we have a supply zone up here as well. Yeah. So doji at the top. Yeah, so this supply zone actually stretches pretty far on a longer time frame. Okay, I might not get into it too much because a lot of times it requires like some thinking, right? So, but anyway, essentially this level is going to be like a concrete wall essentially if we go up there. But as of right now, we're showing a nice rejection here, so SPY could definitely sail off from here as well. So anyway, any questions? I don't know how many people are watching, but if you have not yet hit the like button, please do so. I really would appreciate it. I'm going to go to the comments, answer some questions, and then your boy's going to be on his merry way. I am over time. I'm only supposed to spend about 30 minutes doing this video. Technically it's supposed to be a 15-minute recap, but it is what it is. Roll Life always showing love, big dog. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. See, Roll Life, he's kind of getting rich off off the market right now, so he's paying it forward. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, that's gonna be my Portillos. That's gonna be my Portillos tomorrow. Meaning a small account. Okay. Oh, so they're gonna give unlimited trading? Yeah, we'll see about that. A lot of people gonna get smoked without being cut off. A lot of people gonna get smoked. What time frame you play the 21? I don't play the 21 EMA, Henry. I don't. I mean, the only time I've learned to play the EMA is if we're like in a strong uptrend, right? Like if we're like on a, where's an example like this? Like if we're in like a strong uptrend like this is where I would play the EMAs, because I need to. There's nothing really to. It's not pulling back necessarily. It's just kind of on like a rocket, right? So that's trending markets. That's when I play the EMAs, because stuff like this happens, especially if you don't have levels and you're just trying to scalp highs and lows. Ascending channel plus trending EMAs helps with trading. Okay. Oh crap! Can I cancel? Oh man. Hold on. Sometimes it screws up my alerts. Yep. Okay, no, that's good. I think that's good. Hey, we got a Megalodon, big dog. Okay, how do you? Okay, I gotta say your name right. Maribel or Maribel Vasquez was the first one or the second one, right? Shout out to you. Welcome to the community. Everybody shout out to Vasquez for being the newest member and latest Megalodon. Shout out to you. Head over to the membership tab and then find the Discord link and then join. And then we'll see you over there. Welcome you with open arms. Love to see it, big dog. I appreciate you like allowing me to be a part of your journey, because that's what that really is. And I look forward to helping in any way that I can. So you do, as a Megalodon, you have access to everything, right? So you actually have, if you go over to the playlist, you actually have like deep dive class 101 sessions that you can review. And then that way, I mean, get caught up, and then like future classes, it'll start making more sense too. So I try to keep my my charting and like what I do as far as my strategy goes very simple. I try to keep it as simple as possible, but there's layers to it. There's like a foundational approach to my strategy, and then there's all the other knowledge that I've kind of gained over the years that kind of helps me identify, you know, what's what. All right, so if anybody here, like period, if anybody's in this market, in this game, starting to get frustrated, maybe you're not winning, maybe you're on a losing streak. I had a bad losing streak in June, right? A lot of it was greed, right? And that kind of flooded into July as well. But you have to understand that, you know, you're going to have setbacks. The market will humble you. Nobody's perfect. And it's part of the game, right? Like, especially if you're new. So don't get discouraged if things aren't going your way. If you know that you've used a strategy before and it's worked, then maybe, and it's not working now, maybe the conditions don't meet the strategy you're trying to employ, right? So just think about that, and try to practice, me too, not only patience, but it's a word, restraint. Try to practice restraint, okay? Because the one thing I've learned that I need to remind myself is that the market will always show me a play. The market will always give me a play, but rather not I'm willing to wait for it, that's on me. And that's when I get smoked, when I'm not willing to wait, when I'm trading within the levels, when I'm holding for too long. That's when you get smoked. That's when I get smoked, right? So just these are the mindset things that we need to really just be aware of when we're trading, so we can just stay in the game and we don't get discouraged. So when you can identify the root problem, right, and you know it's you, right, and you can fix it. If something's ever a problem and it's your fault, rejoice, because you can fix it, right? Things that are outside of your control, those things suck, right? Because you can't fix anybody or anything that's out of your power, right? So just understand that. And if you are having a hard time fixing you, then just know, I mean, that's just proof positive that you are still growing as an adult or as a human, right? So don't get discouraged, get motivated, get excited, be happy that you haven't plateaued, right? Be happy that you're like, you know, that you still have room to grow, right? Because this is boring. This requires effort, right? And it's exciting because who knows what's next? Imagine where you are now versus where you were, right? And like how exciting it is to know that you come from where you come from and you are where you are, right? That journey wasn't easy, but it was exciting, right? Because there was new challenges and stuff. Like, I mean, a life without a challenge, without a hustle, without a grind, without anything to motivate you, to keep you going, right? It's a boring life. It's not a life worth living. And anything that comes easy isn't a life worth living. It's not worth having, right? Because if it came easy, you'll lose it just as fast, right? So my grind for 5 years in this game, and I'm not a millionaire, guarantee when I am, is gonna feel that much more fruitful because of the grit, the grind, the perseverance, the resilience, all that stuff, everything that I endured to get to where like I eventually will be. It was all worth it, right? And I'm a better person for it by not trying to rush or speed through my process. And I'm forever humble, right? And for as long as I'm breathing, and as long as I can, I'm going to continue to pour into people here because I just think it's important, right? I think it's important. So no matter how big I get, that is why I came up with the concept of the minnows, the dolphins, the orcas, because I know and understand that there's levels to this. There's people that are new in the game and they can't afford $500 contracts, right? There's people that are veterans that can, and they can afford $1,000 contracts, $1,500 contracts, whatever. Different strokes for different folks, and I hope to be able to talk to everybody. But for now, a lot of my audience, right, is a lot of new people, and that's fine because that's what I'm here for, right? You won't be forgotten, right? Because the grind is more than a year. the grind won't happen overnight, right? So anyway, that is what I got. Let me check the comments and then we're gonna keep it moving. Again, if you want to be a part of the Discord, the membership, and have access to all the stuff and everything that we do and everything that we have coming up, then consider becoming a member. I mean, at the very minimum, I would recommend being an orca because the orcas get that insight on like the weekly strategies. So they get a level of exposure that everybody else doesn't get. But the anglers and megalodons, they get a little bit more in depth. And then the megalodons pretty much get the boat, right? They get live trading, and eventually we're about to start ramping up that once I figure out some things, okay? So again, and if you're here and you have not hit the like button, I really appreciate you doing so. I got 2 minutes or 1 minute until we're an hour in, and then I'm cutting it off because it's an hour. And as of right now, thanks to Roll Life, I got paid $20 an hour. I appreciate you, big dog. No, and then shout out to the new members as well. I really appreciate y'all being here and letting me be a part of your journey. Been winning lately though. I love to see it, Marlon. Hey, Marlon, man. Hey, you are going to be a force to be reckoned with, big dog. Like when you're in that mindset, I'm not gonna go into details about what we talked about, but and you can stick it through and like and you're fighting through it and then you're winning, man, that feels good. Pat yourself on the back, bro. Here to learn. I love it. I'm here to teach and learn myself. Forever humble. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. So my losses are normally from missing entry and not setting stop losses. Okay, Denise, we're gonna talk about it. Let's get in. Maybe let's get into that for the training tomorrow. Let's talk about entries and exits. Okay. Let's talk about how to do this gracefully in the right way. Okay. And then hopefully I can find some time to do a live trade, but you know, if time permits. Okay. Do you use extended hours or regular hours when charting? I use both, Queen. My Discord says invite invalid. Okay. I will post a new link following this stream. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay here because this is the easiest way to communicate with me. So let me do that, and then I will put the link in there, and then you let me know if you can gain interest. Okay? Anybody, if you have any questions while I do this, just let me know, and then after this, I'm gonna get off. Hey, we're at 3550 for subscribers. Yeah, there ain't no way I'm getting a 4K before the end of the month, but man, that'd be nice. All right, so Discord. Yeah, so if y'all see some stuff y'all like, man, please share the content. Okay. Let's go with the invitation. Let's go with the invitation. Here we go. Invites. Okay. Okay, edit invite link. Okay, so I'm about to post the invite link in the members tab. Okay, so just in like 30 seconds. Post, create post. Members only Discord. Members only Discord link expires 7/29. All right, and done. All right, you should see the link over there right now. All right, if nobody has anything, hopefully that helps. Shout out to everybody that's winning and eating, and then I will see the Megalodon tomorrow for the live training session, and then Thursday I will see everybody live for the rapid fire chart analysis. Please tune in if you have not before. All right, this is Dr. Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Everybody, take care.